My husband arrived in Sokoto prison, Nnamdikanu's wife confirms. Uchechi Kanu, the wife of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB leader, Nnamdikanu, has raised the alarm over the transfer of her husband to Sokoto State by the Nigerian authorities. Now, wow, I don't know why they transferred this man to Sokoto State without the knowledge of his wife, his family. Is that how they used to do? I don't understand though. This country. Some reporters had reported the planned transfer of Kanu to Sokoto State as his lawyer and special counsel Aloy Ejimako revealed in a post on X. The IPOB leader was sentenced to life imprisonment by the Federal High Court in Abuja on Thursday, a decision that has generated controversies. Meanwhile, Kanu's wife said information reaching me about 3 hours ago is that my husband has arrived Sokoto prison. Those who went to see him today did not give me any update on his transfer. Rather, they ran to social media to broadcast it. That's Nigeria for you. Now, anything, social media. If you all do not sit up and behave in a civilized and professional manner, I will stress you with my stress. And I promise you, you'll be stressed. Enough of your theatrics. Be warned. Okay now. His transfer has been met with condemnation on social media, especially given the incidences of insecurity reported in Sokoto State. Exactly. Why would you take him to Sokoto State where there is so much insecurity? Why? The President, Bola Tinubu, led the Nigerian government, has transferred the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB Nnamdikanu, from the Department of State Services DSS facility in Abuja to a correctional center in Sokoto State. Nnamdikanu's legal team had condemned the judgment of the Federal High Court in Abuja, which on Thursday convicted and sentenced the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, to life imprisonment on terrorism charges. The lawyers have described the verdict delivered by Justice James Sokoto as a travesty of justice and vowed to challenge it at the Court of Appeal. Speaking to journalists after the court session, Kanu Special Counsel Barrister Aloy Ejimako said the ruling marked a dark day in Nigeria's judicial history. Still will forever be in Nigeria history. Today is the only day I have witnessed a man being convicted for just what he said from his mouth and not what he did with his own hand. Conviction, not what he did with his own hands, Ejimako said. Ejimako argued that the evidence presented in court did not support the conviction handed down. The verdict is not consistent with the evidence laid before the court. The sentence is overbroad, cruel, and unusual. Very cruel. It's because he talked to the judge anyhow. It's because he was insulting that judge just judged based on his anger. That's what I think. How can you convict a man for making a made broadcast from a location that was never named, and you never tied that broadcast to any single incident of violence, or even someone slapping someone, not to talk of terrorism? He said that Kanu's advocacy for self-determination did not amount to criminal acts. To pursue a separate nation of yours is not a crime. Yes, it's not a crime. In Nigeria today, if somebody says don't be silly, he will get convicted. Nnamdikanu's made broadcast, and so what? You convict him for terrorism for mere words in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. What kind of precedence is being laid? Ejimako has said the team would immediately begin the appeal process. They should begin the appeal process. It is well. Stealing the village drum may be easy, but finding a place to beat it peacefully is a problem, okay? Abamot says, hope you can survive that hot weather for Sokoto, because I hear say Abino no dey endure it too. Who told you that is an Abino? Kazim says, you're highly welcome to Sokoto, the law himself. What's the law himself? Ali says, welcome to Sokoto Mazi. At night, mosquitoes will organize a full reception committee for you. No invitation needed. It is well. That what says good thing about this though is that he's going to learn how to be civil again. Learn how to talk respectfully to his fellow prisoners and prison wardens. The prison will surely reform him and make him a better person. You are sick. Ijama says, just like the fourth man in the fire was with Daniel when he was thrown into the lion's den by the president of the country then, so shall the fourth man in the fire be with Nnamdikanu, no matter their darkest plans against him. Amen. Amen. After Inya says, I will supply further denounce to him on daily basis. There There are some headsmen who will teach him to rear cows and grass the cattle. What are you saying? It is Adams Jaro says, finally, now your own be that very stubborn dog, don't enter chain. It is Ibrahim Yao says, anybody who say mama no go sleep, he says no go sleep. Bashir says, plenty guys thought Kanu go get one movie star rescue. Halfway, I beg this na real life, no be Nollywood. Okay, we don't hear. As Nikki Stuff says, when Igbos go quiet, it is never fair. They are calculating. Kanu today says, him go start to witness Shege promise. If I did that prison, I go organize small party for Mars. Don't worry, what will take you to prison will take you there. Don't worry, you will go to that prison by the special grace of God. I just said, let's see if he will do gra again, if he did cut. Emir Olubenga says, this will avail him the opportunity to meet Loba. I hear the smell. Henry Okoli says, Mandela graduated from prison to rule South Africa. So let us wait and see. Yola says, please, how know that prison very well? Should they get VIP section? I don't understand. What are you asking? Yusuf says, we call the place Sokoto. Some call it zoo. People live in Sokoto. What is the name of those kept in the zoo? Ali Hamza says, I'm reading many comments that Kanu is Mandela and one day he'll be president. Oh yeah, now. Who wants to be vice president should go to court. It is as one of the says, freedom fighters are either in the grave or in prison, but all I know is that at the end, the sun must rise. It should though. The sun should rise. Chigozie says, I laugh at people who live in darkness but talking about light. It is as Awalo says, someone's heart is beating bim bim. Who is somebody's heart that is beating bim bim? At Awalo says, Nnamdikanu will now start wearing a uniform that has the color of one football club in London instead of his white Fendi. Okay. At Buhari says, they reserve a special cage for him in the Sokoto Zoo. Amashko says, welcome to Sokoto Mazi. You realize that Nigeria is wider. You think he doesn't know that before. You think he's as daft as you. Comrade says, where do you expect him to be kept? Okay, if hotel and suites. But what is wrong with you people? Okay, there are no other prisons in the south here. Why take him to the north? Why take him to a prison in the north? Why? It is well. This is say he will learn Hausa by force. He actually understands Hausa and he can speak it. So what do you think they talk? Oh, I beg. My listeners, don't forget to like, to share and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.